So you want to improve your touch and ball control, you say? Well, there are many ways to do that, but if you want a guaranteed way of improving your touch, you should start doing some dedicated touch and ball control drills when you're training. And today we'll show you 3 awesome touch drills that are worth giving a go. The first drill is probably the most iconic drill for training your touch and your ball control. Here you set up a number of cones in a straight line and simply dribble in between them. You've probably seen it a million times before, but that's because it works. The most common way to do this is to use the instep of your foot to get the ball around the cone and then the outside of your foot to get the ball onto the next cone. But for this drill, you're more than welcome to mix things up. Because in a match, there's no saying what happens and you need to be versatile. Now you can vary the distance between the cones to practice shorter and longer touches, but also vary the amount of cones to get more or fewer turns. Now lastly, you can also skew the cones a bit to the side to practice wider touches and even sharper turns if you need to get better at that. And this drill is just super vital to improve your close control and your touch. So don't be afraid to vary the drill to improve on as many parameters as possible. Another way to improve your touch and your ball control is to practice receiving passes. Now mostly we talk about actually making passes, but receiving them is actually also really important. Now I'd suggest that you set up a square of cones and start receiving the ball from different passes with as much control as possible. It might be that you have a friend, if not, just try rebounding the ball off a wall to receive the pass. Just try to both control the ball dead and with a directional first touch. The latter is really important in a match. Now, of course, it is best if you have a teammate or friend to help you out, because this way you can get them to pass you the ball in different scenarios. That could be a hard low pass, a high pass, a slightly bouncy ball, a long pass, a short pass, you get the deal. Lots of variety in the passing. But as I mentioned, if you're alone, try to find a wall or something to rebound the ball back off and get as many variations in as you possibly can. You can throw it, you can volley the ball at the wall to get the ball coming back at you in as many ways as possible. You can simply also just throw the ball in the air and try to kill it dead or take a directional touch. Be creative if you're alone. That's how you improve. And basically, as long as you practice a variety of scenarios with different outcomes, you're set up for improvement if you do this drill. Now, as for all drills, it's always good to implement them into match-like situations. And therefore, you should also be doing dribbling courses when you practice your touch and your ball control. And an ideal dribbling course is combining all the things you need to practice to improve your touch in one drill. So you'll need a section for close control dribbling, maybe a section for receiving a pass, and lastly a section for either passing or shooting. And you can use the previous drills from this video or vary them up depending on your liking. Now when doing the course, you can go through it slowly at first to get a feel for it, make sure you get all those little nice touches in that you're in full control. But generally, try to have a match-like pace to make it as real as possible. Just don't push yourself too hard so you have a lot of bad experiences. It's always good to start a little slow, get that success in, increase the speed a little bit, get more successes, and then you build on that. And also remember that if you mess up at some point during the course, just continue like you would in a match. Remember that messing up is only a sign of you challenging yourself, and it's way better to do it when you're practicing. And would you stop in a match if you mess up? No, you keep going. Do the same thing here. But guys and girls, the key, as always, is to make sure you get a lot of repetitions in. Basically, every single repetition is a small step towards a better, more confident touch and ball control. So, I know it sounds like a cliche, but hard work does truly pay off. As long as you do the hard work for long enough. But what should we teach you guys next? Let us know in the comments right down below. Remember to subscribe with the notifications on, of course, and consider hitting the playlist in the bottom left corner if you want more tips on how to improve as a footballer. And with those words, I'll be signing off. Cheerio.